Not gonna lie, I seen a lot of people getting homie some flack online, but hey, let's listen to this.
There is a type of person you should never help. Listen to this story, and you'll understand what kind of person that is. Once a scorpion wanted to cross a river. It approached a kind frog and asked for help. The frog said, "Your tail has venom. What if you sting me? What will I do then?" The scorpion replied, "Don't worry. If I harm you, I'll sink to the bottom of the river too." The frog thought this made sense and agreed to carry the scorpion across the river. But as they swam to the middle of the river, the frog died. The frog felt a sharp pain in its back. Turning around, it saw that the scorpion had stung it. As they both began to sink, the frog asked, "You knew this would lead to both of us dying. Why did you still sting me?" The scorpion responded, "I didn't want to, but I couldn't control myself. In the end, they both drowned." This story teaches us to avoid people with bad habits and not to trust their promises. Otherwise, your kindness won't just bring
them down, it'll bring both of you down. And so this is a powerful story for two reasons, because he said people with bad habits, but also people with just bad hearts. I'm going to say this. The frog did not die just because I'm going to say this. The frog did not perish just because the scorpion stung him. He get stung all he wanted if it wasn't for the venom. It's the venom in the scorpion that was deadly. Venom in people could look like malice. It could look like envy. It could look like jealousy. It could look like greed. It could look like hatred. You feel me? So I'm going to go a step further than just saying people with bad habits, because you might not observe that they have a bad habit at first, but that they don't say thank you or please, which I guess could be considered a bad habit, because if you are malicious or vengeful or jealous or greedy, you become that way out of repetition. So I guess he's right. But the bad habit doesn't have to be simply stealing or lying. It could just be harboring negativity towards people. It could be talking bad about people. It could be being two-faced. There's a lot of different things that we could say are venom, and that if you try to carry or help people who carry these things, sometimes it's not just going to be a detriment to them. And sometimes they will knowingly come into union, communion, relation with good intention. But like he said, old habits die hard. So ultimately, it takes both of you down. And they're not thinking about that because it's a reflex. They're reacting out of habit. This is how I behave. This is how I act. This is how I respond. They're not thinking about the backlash or the repercussion because they didn't think about it the previous times or the time before that. So you're now asking someone to change their whole thought process, their way of being, because of you, which ultimately is pretty selfish if you ask me, and stupid. But hey, what do I know? If you feel like you learned something in this video, go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's keep this conversation going. If you want to hear more of that good talk, go ahead, like this video and stay tuned for the next one. Check me out on other platforms. Chuck Diesel, TLW, across the web, baby. I'll put a link down below.